I want to welcome you all to my first video of 2023. And this morning something happened to me that I wanted to share with you, because in the moment that it took place, I just thought that this is such a lesson to me, something I've experienced many times throughout my life, and something I've tried to avoid as much as possible. And that is literally being blindsided. In other words, not seeing something for what it is that is coming, that can put you in danger, or that can influence you or affect you in ways that are negative, that you don't want. And we don't need bad influences in our lives that we can avoid. So the things that we can literally change, and the things that we can influence to make sure in our lives that we have minimum interference, and that we can do what we want to achieve, have a fulfilling, joyful life, etc., that we make sure those things can take place on our terms. And this is easier said than done. Most people battle with that in the systems that we live in right now. It's almost impossible to achieve that, but we can make a difference. So getting back to what happened to me this morning, I was driving on the way to the West Coast, and as I was doing so, I was going up a hill that turned towards the right hand side. And on this road there were two cars in front of me that I could clearly see, and the front vehicle that I could see was a bakkie, a rather large bakkie. And I decided that at a spot where I could overtake before I take the hill, overtaking is not allowed there, I could overtake both of these vehicles. There were no oncoming vehicles coming down the hill, and then I'll be able to at least get up the hill faster, because they were going 20 kilometers an hour below the limit, which was 80 at that specific area. And with the Volvo XC60 that I drive, when you put your foot down, you can accelerate rather quickly to overtake these vehicles and get past them. But I was blindsided, and the moment I started overtaking the vehicles, I saw that this bakkie was driving on the back end of another vehicle. I couldn't see the vehicle at all, and another bakkie came screaming down the hill from the front at a much higher speed than what is allowed, certainly more than 80 kilometers per hour. And I had to make an instant decision in that moment. Do I brake instantly and fall in behind the cars, or do I keep on accelerating? And to continue at the current speed is what I needed to do, and I could make the transition safely. But I thought to myself, I had no idea that the other car was there, because the bakkie was driving literally on top of that car. I thought that the bakkie was the hold up. Meantime, it was the car in front of it that was the hold up, and because he wasn't abiding by the following distance, he was literally sitting probably 2 meters from the bumper of that car. I couldn't see it at all, so I was completely blindsided. And in that moment I thought fractions of seconds were at play, and many things could have been done to avoid an accident from my side, as well as the oncoming vehicle. But I thought to myself, how many head-on collisions happen this way, and how many people when they are blindsided like this don't actually make the right decision in that moment. In fact, if I had braked to hold back, I would not have been able to get behind those cars safely in time. So split decisions that you have to make. And I thought, in our lives we can apply this everywhere. How many other things are we blindsided on? Because we just want to get by, we just want to survive, we just want to get on with our lives, and we don't make the effort to actually find out, is there something that I cannot see, that I should see, that I need to investigate a bit more? If I had actually gone to the inside before I overtook the vehicles, I might have seen this smaller car in front of this large bakkie that had a big canopy on the back. And it was a service bakkie, so the canopy didn't have windows in it, so I couldn't see through or anything like that. But there are things that I could have done. And yet, many times in our lives, and including my life, throughout my younger years, I was blindsided on so many things. And They are all avoidable. And I want to repeat that. They are avoidable. If I had waited longer and we went round the bend, I would have been able to see that vehicle. If I had gone to the inside, close to the yellow line and looked, I might have been able to see that vehicle. If I had made more effort, I would have been able to see that vehicle. And luckily, this was a normal overtake. There were no issues. I could overtake within the lines that allowed it. Yet, I saw something I did not expect. And in that moment, I realized I had erred. I had made a mistake, a critical mistake, although there was no consequences. And I had to think for myself, how many other blind sides are there in my life right now? How many people are there that I might trust? And there's very few people that I would say that I would trust. I don't even trust myself. That could do something to me later to blindside me. And something that you can't see, intent that you can't see, many things that we cannot see, that other people are planning for you, your child, your town, your neighborhood, your city, your country. And I thought to myself, all blindsiding can be avoided to a certain degree if you are willing to look carefully at the situation around you. Just stand back and look at everything around you. And I want to encourage each and every one of you tonight to think about the things around you that might be blindsiding you. If you are living a normal, happy life and you are happy with the status quo, it's going to be difficult for you to even search for things that you might be blindsided on. But if you go and watch the Moments in Time series of videos on this channel, and the Question Everything series of videos, as a start to 2023, and you will find that in the playlist section, you might be able to find many things that you may be blindsided on. And at this stage, especially in this year 2023, leading up to 2024 and then 2025, many things will take place that are outside of your immediate control that you can mitigate and do something about. And if you do not find those blind sides, your life might be irrevocably changed. There's many people that have made the effort to look for, find, see things that are hidden from them that could influence their lives. And they have made great strides in mitigating events like that. And I would encourage you to do the same. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like more content like this, please subscribe to the channel 00 Des and share this video with your friends and family.